Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to D&D Girls Last Tour. Tonight we're in the actual last episode, episode 12. What happened last time, episode 11? I almost called her New. You bombed the entire city with the giant death robot. Not a sentence I was expecting to be saying at this point, but that's kind of what happened. It wasn't actually like that big of a deal, if I'm being super honest. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, like some sprinkler system went off or something and the fire got extinguished. And I mean, it's concrete. It's not like the concrete's going to burn. But she also did shoot a giant laser death beam. So that was a big deal. We also are following Cut around, which is the little cat, off-brand cat flesh thing that talks through the radio, of course. And Homie knows where the music's coming from that we keep intermittently hearing, the sad music, and has led us to a submarine. Which is like a nuclear submarine because it's got a bunch of nuclear like missiles in it. So I'm scared. I'm honestly, this episode, like, I don't know. It's like, it's very rare for the show. I don't think they've even done it once really to have like a cliffhanger. I feel like every like arc, and I put that in super loose terms, but like every story has been very like beginning end really quick. You know, like they'll have the little like title pop up of like rain or whatever, and then spend like 8 or 9, 10 minutes on that, and then it ends, and like we go to the next one, or the episode ends. But this time we've actually carried it to another episode, which, I mean, kind of feels like a big deal, because that doesn't happen. So for it to happen makes me think that, like, I don't know, there's like an extra emphasis put on it, just because they're going to break in their formula a little bit. So that's interesting. Also, just random thing, apparently Cut's name, was like was Nuko or something like that, which is so adorable. And then they changed it to Cut because like Nuko from Neko, which is like how you say cat in Japanese, and then Cut from cat because, you know, like it's like the mispronunciation kind of thing. But like I kind of like Nuko more. I think I'm probably gonna stick with Cut just because that's what I've been saying. But Nuko's really cute, A, but B also sounds like nuke, which makes me think of nuclear, which is what we're looking at with the submarine. So there's almost like a thematic parallel. Or not thematic really, but like Nuko, if the name is Nuko, sounds like nuke, kind of fits in with like the kind of role and or like what led to Nuko or Cut like appearing, right? Because I was kind of talking about this where I'll just keep saying Cut for now, where Cut can like consume gasoline and gunpowder and seems to like be a life form that can exist well in a post-human environment, human kind of meaning, or like let's say post-industrial environment, or almost like post like modern warfare if you want to kind of get crazy with it. Just because, you know, there's gas and there's these highly processed and gunpowder and explosions and death and pain, but Cut is the one that like can actually thrive in that environment, the ruins of the city. Whereas like we got, you know, Chi and Yu who are having to jump between different ration processing plants to even like stay alive. While Cut's like much more adapted to this kind of situation. So to name Cut instead Nuko reminds me of Nuke, which naming them after Nuke is super fitting for a creature that lives in the environment post-nuke, or post whatever you want to say. I don't want to say nuke because the city wasn't nuked, most likely. I mean, it's still here, so I don't think it got nuked. But it did get destroyed a lot. And there are nuclear missiles, at least in the submarine, so it is it's kind of in that realm. Wow, my throat already hurts and it's been like 2 minutes. Let me take a sip of my sparkling ice black cherry really quick. What else? There's just a lot going on. There was some like reprimanding that she did with you that I found really like, I want to say important, and so I guess I'll say important, but just how you, because like, so we found the giant death robot. It just kind of crumpled in front of us randomly, and Cut turned it on because Cut can do that, because Cut is like built for this environment, low-key. Cut might have literally been built for this environment, but at least Cut knows how to do that. Cut turns the robot on, gives it some juice by like fiddling with its power plug or whatever, and then yeah, what if Cut's like a walking battery that like can like maneuver with outlets or whatever? That's kind of a cool idea. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Like a biological battery or something. But yeah, so turn the robot on, and then you, of course, with like the 4 IQ cells that she has, bing, bing, button, button, smash, smash, and then missiles firing, nuking the city, giant death beam, and she starts like laughing at it or whatever, and she like punches her. She doesn't just slap her, she punches her and says like it's not funny, because it's not, and I'm totally on Chi's side in that. Because it's like this non-serious, almost cavalier attitude like towards warfare that I think can cause like a lot of like ignoring of the consequences of warfare. Because if you just think of war as like some fun thing and it's just like you don't take it with the seriousness that it deserves, then you're ignoring like all the destruction that can come out of it, and like etc. And I mean, the city that we're standing on is a literal artifact of a post-war environment, right? Like presumably a war is what broke this place apart. I mean, we're led to believe that through like the holes in it. I feel like there's the walking death robots. I mean, it is a post-war environment, and like, you know, you and Chi of course are in like war garb to kind of fit in with that vibe, you know, because they're in like the helmets and all that. So for that like cavalier attitude that Yu has, I think is like partially what like propagates or continues war and like a lot of problems with war. Because if you're just like part of the common population, like ya boy, and if I look at like, I don't know, if like the country I'm living in goes to war with another country and I'm just like, haha, nuke go burr, you know, or like funny missile strike, drone strike, you know, then like I'm ignoring the fact that these weapons, like the nukes, the missiles, the drones, the whatever, even if they look cool and are like, wow, explosion, cool, like the point of them is to kill people and or kill the systems that keep people alive. Like you might, I don't know, strike a freaking food plant, or I'm just throwing that out there, right? It's meant to hurt people, and in a way, because that's what war does. You're hurting people until they give you what you want, kind of thing, or at least you're hurting the country. You know, saying people kind of, I think, boxes it a little incorrectly, but you get the point I'm going for, right? So that cavalier attitude definitely rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm glad that she was like, hey, like, come on. Because in a lot of ways I really like Yu, and I think she's like such a interesting, like, I totally respect where she comes from, like culturally, where, you know, like even Yu, Chi said like Yu, the type of person that Yu is like where culture might have come from, because it's just like she's so affirming of life in a lot of ways, I would say. You know, the way that she just exists and she can make stupid things into fun, and she you know, Chi is like, oh, don't take the stuff from the grave sites, but Yu doesn't care. I mean, she kind of like is acts contrary to like societal norms in a way, because in a lot of ways I would say that Chi represents societal norms a little bit. I mean, that's kind of a weird box to try to put them in, but you know, Chi does a lot of like stuff that's more fitting in a society, like the honoring the dead, freaking books, freaking I don't know, actually being responsible in that she's driving around, but then use the one that's just, you know, chaotic force of nature. So, but both roles are important is kind of my idea here, which I super appreciate. But when you have something as serious as war, which like I would say society like has put a lot of effort into, what's the word? Parsing the consequences, figuring out like how that feels, like acting contrary to that. Like there's some things that you just don't need someone to be silly and goofy about and like push your buttons on. And I don't know, like I like people do take themselves too seriously in some regards sometimes. In which case having a Yu around that'll like pog and make fun of it to kind of make you double think like, should I really be taking this seriously? Like having that aspect I think is super important. But when it comes to things like warfare and death and the ruins of this once great standing city, and I don't know, all these kind of like grander themes that we're talking about, you know, I don't think there's as much a place for it. Or I mean, I guess a place for it is fine, but you need, like, it's important to like stand your ground on things that are important, which is exactly what she was doing. So yeah, I don't know, random little ramble, I guess. Frig, this is the last episode. About the manga, I'll probably bring that up really quickly. I'm definitely gonna read it. I don't know how I'm gonna approach it for like the channel itself, right? Might do like some sort of read along thing. Maybe I'll just read it and then give a review. Like talking about certain areas I like. Something. I'll definitely read it though. because I like the show and I like the art. The little bit of art I've seen from the manga is like really, really solid. So that's Pog, and I'll enjoy that. I'll probably let y'all know about that eventually. We'll figure something out. But yeah, honestly, let's jump into this episode. Episode 12, the last episode of Girls Last Tour. I'm excited. Hopefully you're too. Get yourself a drink. I'm going to take another sip real quick of my black cherry. I hope you enjoyed watching me do that. Did you actually watch me, or did you like look away because you were uncomfortable? Did that make you uncomfortable? That's okay. All right, let's jump into that. So, hey, 3, 2, 1, bam! Yes, the nuclear submarine. Imagine if someone just stole their car. Wow, it's freaking bright. It's because it's snow. It's okay. It'll get darker. Oh, you're good. Just hit me with the title. I'm not going to get the OP. Ah. This music is much more pleasant than I was expecting. Yeah, I was about to say, you's gonna say, who cares? Just a little bit. I don't know if she'd actually say that, but you know. She just rifling? It. Bunk bed! Oh my gosh, it's a bunk bed! Kanazawa. And the cut. Yeah, the cut's actually kind of part of the squad a little bit, huh? No, she fell. High calorie chocolate? Kung kung. Handsome to her. Thank you. It's a Hershey's. Bro, I bet like a McChicken is still somewhere in here. You know the non-perishable parts of the McChicken is still chilling. You could probably take a straight bite out of it. Wow. I was not expecting wholesome chocolate eating. They say that line a lot. The memory when it comes to food thing. No, it is chocolate. No, it's actually just chocolate. Please don't have your camera broken. Connecting? Wait, the camera's connecting to it? Oh mein Gott. That's kind of a huge deal. Are we gonna get photos of the past? Oh, what's up, Cut? What? You're just chilling? Oh, I heard her say Nuko. Hello? Look, it's all their photos. Oh my goodness. Look at all the folders. This takes me back. I was talking about them doing this. Them like looking through all their old photos. Oh yeah, it's you. You're the god, Nuko. Chi. Cut. I tried. Holy crap. Is that Kanazawa? Oh, are there Kanazawa's old photos? Yeah. Who is that woman? I wonder what happened to her. Yeah. I guess it's only the camera's information. It's not like we got into the submarine. Unless no. Just kidding. Holy crap. Thousands. They were in the camera? Or are they in the submarine? Oh, they were in the camera. Okay. I guess we just didn't have access to them. They were like deep in the hard drive. It's a video. Yeah. Machine Evolution Research Society. Holy crap, this is insane. Machine Evolution is cut like a super evolved machine. Maybe. Oh, it's like the little robots we keep seeing running around, or the big ones. Dude, the self-propagating thing. That's what I was talking about when I was trying to define alive. The ability to self-propagate. Oh my goodness. There we go, you become enlightened. That loneliness? You feeling that loneliness a little bit? Don't play like 8 of them at the same time. Oh, walking death machines. All sorts of stuff, like a orchestra. Midoriya, my hero. This is post my hero. I'm joking. Shut up. Holy crap. The orchestra. Okay, so they're going through all the photos here. I don't actually have to like run back and look, I don't think. The graves. They're doing the dance from the OP. They just got fighting at the UN or whatever that is. N. Don't you dare bomb the child. I will lose my mind. Oh wow, it's an actual like... McDonald's French fries. There's those walking death robots. Yeah, wow. EMPs. Between each layer too, wow. Bro, this makes me feel more lonely. Because it's like, now we know everything we lost. That just makes me like terribly sad. Oh my goodness, this is Chi and the grandfather. Is it not? Yeah, it is. Oh, little babies. Okay, I think both of them, or at least they both called him Grandpa. That doesn't necessarily mean they're blood related, but it doesn't matter. They're sisters, you know. Blood relation doesn't matter. I think Yu was dreaming about that. That's interesting. She's probably thinking because of all the videos she just saw, that probably got her thinking in that kind of headspace. Bro, Nuko, I swear, if you go bomb someone, I'm gonna get pissed. Don't you dare shoot a missile or anything. Yeah, that's kind of a risk. Bro, imagine if all this stuff was deleted. I would lose my mind from the camera. I don't trust the cut. Why are you so big? Oh, it's your brother. Dude, I'd be scared if I was you. This is like a Resident Evil boss. You get out of there, it's gonna eat you! No. Cut! Tell it to spit it out. Thank you, yes, go. Get your gun, get the gun. Yeah, get the knife. You're gonna have to disembowel this thing. What does that mean? Oh, the radio's gone? You can't talk. Yeah. Oh my, I can't believe it just ate you. Stop wiggling at me. What does that mean? I trust the little guy. I trust Cut. I don't trust Big Cut, obviously, because it's too small to hurt us. Yes. Smart. Good move. Yeah, maybe it was like a weapon that was dropped on the city to kill people. That's kind of a weird weapon. I don't know. Something to think about. Ow, don't trip. Don't trip and shoot. Okay, reload. Come on. She's not dead yet. Don't give me you death flashbacks. I'm not in the mood. Go! I'm sorry, Chi. I won't yell at you again. Thank you. Yeah, you gotta really hurry. She's probably getting mad digested right now. Or maybe it's being nice and it's just grabbing her. I don't know. That's a huge question. Why did kidnap her and leave? Oh, her head is alive. She's just chilling. Oh, thank goodness, dude. Right? We're good? I don't know what it's doing with her, though. Is this a joke? That was scary! I think my file is corrupted! Oh my god! I had no idea. Okay, what an awful time for it to freak out. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're fine. Oh my goodness. Could you never do that again, show? Holy crap, what a random time for that to happen. What a horrible time for that to happen. Oh, you a decomposer. Are you telepathic? Oh, that was scary. I thought they did that on purpose and they were gonna kill her or something. Is this your mom? Did I just reunite you with your mom? Oh, what are you doing? Are you the song? Are you talking through the song You're a Mushroom? Okay, you are the song. The camera? Are those the nuke hatches? Oh no, you're cleaning. Are you cleaning? Wait, what? Oh, they're eating the nukes. Oh, they're eating the nukes. So you're the destroyer of the weapons of war, right? Oh, no, that's not what I like to hear. I'm good with you eating the weapons, I guess. I guess hibernating's better than dying. It's not like life is ending. What are you guys? You're wrong, I'll let you know. Kanazawa? Ishii? I guess there's like no one else though on these levels. Oh, Cut. Oh, Cut loves them. They're talking. Oh, Cut. Aw. It spoke for the first time. I like using his voice. Or perhaps he was using the radio again. Still. It was very cute. I was not expecting this. And y'all are really the only two humans that they've seen. But at least y'all got each other, yeah. Mmm. That's really crazy. So yeah, they just ate all the important bits of the submarine. Is their like feeding ground. You're so stupid. Why is she singing? Do 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 do. I'm gonna miss cut. I like to cut. What happened to... I don't know. Aww. Don't ask that. Oh yeah, let's go up. Oh, it's a fish. It's a fish. They made a little wire fish. Why are you down a glove? Oh, so you can do this slobber thing again? Wow, it's been a minute since she did this. Holy crap. Skirt, skirt. Oh, yeah. A comedian. She's a comedian. We gotta get more of that moon juice so we can get freaky with it. And by freaky, I mean alcohol, not nothing else. Come on. That's really just it. That's crazy. I don't even know what to be feeling right now. I'm gonna just listen to this. I don't even want to say anything. Look at all these credits, though. It's so much more than just you and Chi and their voice actors. It's like the entire company, yeah. They just got me thinking about their whole, like, feeling of hopelessness thing. That really feels like their thesis here. You know? Because these weird, like, fungus cuts, or whatever you want to call them, are, like... I mean, I think you said it best, I think, when she said, like, they're singing a song about the end. But I'm just of such, like, a state of mind of, like, super, like, push forward legacy kind of stuff, you know? Why does it say happy birthday to you? Is this all their different songs? Girlslasttour.com. That's kind of fun. So, like, just, like, accepting the end is while probably being, like, the right move in a lot of circumstances, it's just so hard to do. I think that's really what you was talking about, right? The whole, like, feeling of hopelessness thing. You're just gonna hit me with the English credits? Dang. Cheeto Yuri. That's it. That's crazy. You know I'm checking every last second. No? Okay. Oh, shoot. What a crazy finale. Okay. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. When it freaking spazzed on me with you, I thought they killed her. What happened here? Look, My foot is just corrupted, bro. The only corrupt spot in the entire show. And it's the most horrifying image I've ever seen. The entire download. I downloaded all 12 episodes. And the only spot that's at all messed up is literally like the worst possible spot. That's so funny. Honestly, that might have even added to it a little bit because that actually got me so afraid. I was like in shock. Because how are you supposed to respond to this image? It's terrifying. Like, and it's crazy. Like, I'm gonna read into it, even if it's not actually like part of the show. It just is an error, right? But it's like these pillars. It's like a pillar thing, and like the statues that we kept seeing have like are like the long vertical statue of like the cut or whatever, and it has like the eyes on top and everything. And so for you to look like that, even as a mistake in a corruption, as she's on this pillar kind of thing, I was thinking like, holy crap, they're like gonna kill her. They're doing something insane, and they're like, I don't even know what they're about to do, but it's like it like fit into the story like very vaguely, despite just being a complete mistake. And it's crazy to me. That was truly a once in a lifetime, or a very unique. I don't know. They were not expecting to give me that feeling there, but they did through the little accident. Dang, I'm super impressed with them, with like the characters, for watching all this footage and all these people, like that they'll never know that are all dead, because you know them two plus maybe a few stragglers here and there, like the only humans, you know. But to like see all these people and like all this music and all the war and like this really quick like flash of good and bad of like all of human society, and then for that to make them feel less lonely. Because when I watched this, I just was thinking like, wow, like we've lost so much. I saw it as like an immense loss and like a damage and like hopelessness, you know. But like their entire characters are like largely to find peace in that feeling, right? Like that's really kind of amazing. It's kind of like, I mean, because this show's like truly like an end of humanity apocalypse, right? And we're just following what's pretty much you can say are the two last humans. And now they do these fungus cut things, which were probably like, I don't know, bioengineered / created / evolved / etc. to clean the world of humans' mistakes. Like this is Mother Nature's response to the sins of humanity. These fungus things that eat thermally unstable materials, such as nukes, which makes the name Nuko fit even better. And I guess these things were alive when humanity was alive because there's all those statues, right? So they probably had these as some sort of like environmental, like an environmental project that they like created, and like humans either created and or like nurtured these creatures as like a way to clean up the environment. But then, so when humanity lost itself through warfare and like destruction, and these things, only if maybe a small sect of them remained, like now they're the ones that are going to clean the world, and then it's just over. But it's crazy because like the end of humanity doesn't bother these two characters, you know, Chi and Yu, because it's not like they're not like I don't know, it's not their problem in like a really nice like weird way to say it, I might say, because like all they really need to worry about is each other, because that's all they have, right? They don't have to think about, I mean, and even in a weird way, like they're not gonna have kids. There's no dudes. And I mean, I don't know, they could find Kanazawa if you really wanted to say that, but like, humanity's donezo. But it's not really their problem, because they're just humans that were born, and they're on the tail end, and now they just get to experience what's left, and experience the joy in like having each other, and then they're good. You know? Like who like who's to say that the end of humanity is such a big deal? Because I mean, humanity didn't always exist, and arguably won't always exist, depending on like what you're kind of like how you look at the world, you know. So I don't know, man. Like, how do we figure that out? How do we accept the end, right? Yeah, and I guess you could say like, I don't know. I'm like thinking the issue with like the plane stuff, with like her trying to leave the city is like her trying to leave the the system, leave the inevitability of the end of humanity or whatever, like whatever the city symbolizes. That music they play is really good. The like sad music that the cut people play, and then they hold hands. Yeah, because it doesn't like who cares about the like humanity doesn't matter, the world doesn't matter. What matters is us and like our relationship and like the bonds between us as individuals. Not like because like I don't know if the day after I died, well I don't know. I'm not trying to say that. It's just a reframing or something where what doesn't matter is humanity. It's individuals and like what we have with each other. But man. Watching all these scenes of like these families and this orchestra and the track and like whenever they start going into the war stuff, this one really got me when it was like the fighting and then it just cuts to the fish because it's just like nature lives on, you know, like it's just doing its own thing. But I mean, most of nature has died at this point, like with the fish and everything. And then like the kid running. I don't know. This was a really good couple scenes here. Yeah, this was probably my favorite part where they had like the death robots, right? And they're destroying the entire planet. Or they're destroying the city, right? EMPs are being dropped. And then they cut to this kid winning the track race. And like these like tribal-esque people just doing their thing. So like these people are doing like cosplay and or some sort of like theater project. You know, this guy's wearing a little crown, this girl's in like some sort of like, you know, princess outfit or whatever. And they're just having a great time like with each other. So it's like, how do we mentally like reconcile all this horrible warfare? You know, how are we supposed to like figure that out? And it's like, I don't know, then it cuts to these important moments between individuals, like this kid with the race and their parents and the theater production and this tribal group doing their thing and, you know, some like romantic love, you know, and it's always multiple people here, right? It's never just like two people or like a person alone, like sipping a tea or whatever. It's all about like another person. Oh, and then, yeah, the tarantula with the butterfly. This was crazy too, like the from orbit stuff, because I mean there's some like governmental projects or like military ideas that were like, let's put a nuke in space and then it orbits around and then whenever we need to kill someone we just call the nuke and it'll go meow bink. Or like the one I saw was like Star Wars is what they called it, like in reference to Star Wars, and they just have like giant pillars of mass and they would just send the pillar down and it would just gravity bomb them. I think that's a thing. But it's like, man, we lost so much of that, of like what we're talking about here with these individuals, you know? And now all we have, like all these people are long dead. And many of them probably died horrible deaths. And or like, I don't know, we have these 3 girls here. What happened to them? I mean, what, like they each might have died alone and without anyone around them in a horrible way. And like, that just to me is incredibly like sad and lonely. And then they of course cut to like the most information we've really gotten on Chi and Yu and the grandpa. It's like, well, they're dead too, probably. It's like, I don't know, man. But maybe like Yu's entire philosophy of just like more of a kind of that cavalier attitude that I was talking about, of just kind of like, yeah, like we're gonna die. You know, I'm thinking back to when they were stranded before they met Ishii, right? And that's when they start talking about the hopelessness thing. It's like, oh, well, we're not moving anywhere. And she's like, yo, help me out. And Yu's like, I'm just kind of chilling. She's just singing about hopelessness, doing her thing. But like, that's just so hard to do. Because I honestly, like, it feels like Yu's an enlightened person, you know? Where she can find happiness in things that most people couldn't. But of course she still relies on Chi, and she relies on her, and they rely on each other because they're a duo, you know? They could never, because we did focus on, like, how Chi would feel if Yu died. And of course, like, this entire middle part with, like, all the intercuts of Yu coming in, and, like, hearing her, like, say Chi's voice over and over. Oof, that got me kind of emotional. Like, we really focused on, like, how much Chi needs Yu, and I would say it goes both ways, like, 100%. Yeah. Why do you look like a fungus? I guess to fly, they're, like, super light, and so they, like, do these things to catch wind currents. That's, like, their fungus, like, ability. Oh, man. It's a really cool idea, though, to have these, like, fungus creatures, or whatever you want to call them, the Cut Gang, cleaning up the machines of war that humanity left behind. With, like, eating the nukes and eating the gunpowder and eating the gas. So it's not even that you're meant to survive here as much as you're meant to repair it. You're meant to, like, fix the planet from humanity's mistake, not live off of humanity's mistake. And mistake, I'm kind of putting in... Well, I'd say mistake. I mean, the end of humanity being a giant war feels like a misplay to me, honestly. But yeah, it's not even about living after as much as it is repairing. That's just so interesting to me. But then, in this situation where the world's ended and we're just, like, bringing it back to, like, a barren spot and then hibernating and then waiting for life to kind of do its thing again, which won't include humans. Like, as humans, because we have Yu and Chi, like, how do we feel about that? And for them, it's, I mean, they were never, I guess they've been used to it, right? They've very rarely been with other people. They haven't been with, like, a group bigger than 3 in a long time, ever since Grandpa, right? And so big humanity, society, etc. has never really been their problem, right? Their problem is just like, oh, well, we got to feed ourselves and we got to hang out and, you know, make sure we don't get bored. But so yeah, like, who cares? Like, that's not their issue. So, like, why is it my issue? Why do I care if the world as we know it, or, like, if humanity as we know it ends, you know? I mean, as long as I'm not part of, like, the painful ending, i.e. everything, like, I don't know, exploding, or even if I am, like, who cares? Like, why is the survival of humanity my issue? Do I owe anything to humanity? Or, like, should I care at all? Who's to say that matters? Because for them, it doesn't. It's just not their issue. Their issue is each other. And it's like the emotional bonds between the two of them, between individuals, man. And that's what we kept seeing with this, with the different people and the camera stuff. I mean, even Kanazawa was with someone else, and I'm really kind of a little saddened by us not knowing where she is. I mean, did she die? Did they lose each other? Did they willingly depart? Who knows? But yeah, I'm definitely getting, like, a huge emphasis on, like, community and each other, and it's like, as long as we have each other, like, we're good. It's also so funny that these idol girls did the OP dance, and then I 1, 2, 3 right here. That's so funny. That's where they got the dance from in the OP. The OP takes place after this episode, after the finale. Oh shoot! And how's the, like, if this isn't the end of the manga, like, how does the manga end? I mean, that's crazy to me. This feels like an ending. You know, I mean, this picked a great spot to end because it's kind of a confirming that, like, yeah, we're not planning to have a grand revival of humanity or anything. We're just gonna do our thing, live our life, enjoy our company, and enjoy our bond. And that's going to be it. And that's all we have to do. And we don't even have to do that, I guess, but that's all we're going to do. That's what we've decided. Oh, man, it reminds me of, like, wasn't there a time in human history? And I don't actually know this very well. I might even do a little bit of tiny Googling, like mid talk here. I feel like there was a time in human history that the amount of humans was, like, super small. Like, there were, like, 300 humans. Like, smallest human population ever. Okay, yeah. I just based off Socratic.org. 70,000 years ago, supergiant volcanic eruption, cooling event. This would have caused catastrophic collapse in human and many other species on Earth. The human population would have been around 3,000 to 10,000 people. I mean, that's terrifying to think about. 3,000, that's it? I've probably said words, and not even like in this way, but I've probably like held conversation and like said like hey, and like a conversation, because like, okay, wait, let me run that back. Let me run this back. I've probably held a very small amount of social interaction with 3,000 people, I would say. And I'm not including you in this because like right now we're not talking. Obviously, I'm just talking and then you're hearing the words I'm saying. That's kind of different. I mean, like, you know, go into like get breakfast and your waiter or your waitress and you're like, oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'd like this. That's one person. You know, the person that you say, oh, thanks for holding the door. When you're holding the door, they say thanks as they walk by. Like all those like tiny little human interactions. I mean, I've probably done that with at least 3,000 people in my life, maybe even more. But that was like literally the population, man. And that's just scary to me. But like, why am I scared if humanity dies? I mean, is it my problem? I don't know. It's such a good question. Such a good question. Because for them, it's not their problem. Man, it's just not their problem. And it does feel like maybe I'm just like, by making it my problem, it's like because I don't have control over that, right? It's not like I get to choose whether humanity survives or not. I can try to assist in like a very minor way, right? I could dedicate my life to running for public office and passing bills to cause humanity to hopefully live longer, or I could dedicate my life to medical research to try to eliminate cancer so that we can live longer in that regard and live, you know, be more likely to survive. I could work for, I don't know, NASA for the rest of my life, trying to develop ways to move beyond the stars so that we can get off of this little dirt ball we're on and go colonize some other places that'll probably take many, many hundreds, if not thousands of years to actually get going. In like any like substantial way. I mean, probably thousands of years. Unlucky. Dude, the space industrial revolution is about to be crazy. If only I lived long enough to see that, that'd be cool. Assuming we don't all die before then. Hopefully we don't. But it's like, and like, even if I fully dedicate my life to that, I'm not really moving the needle much. It's not like and it's not to say that they're wasting their time, because I don't think they are. But like, I don't know, there's something to be navigated there. And like, as an individual, I don't have control over that, or whether humanity survives or not. I can assist a little bit, you know, carry my weight, one could say. But it really is just simply outside the realm of my control. Given 7 billion people, or we're close to 8 billion now. We're close to 8 billion people now. That's a lot of people. And I'm just one of them, right? And you're just one of them too. Unless you're like a conjoined twins, then you're two of them. Wow. That was a sentence I just said. But yeah, like, so to accept that as outside of your control, like the longevity of humanity in the way that these two characters are doing, I mean, maybe that's a better way to live, because you're not burdening yourself with needless stress, and then you're more able to dedicate your life to things that make you happy, like for these two characters of Chi and Yu, spending time with each other and enjoying each other's company instead of stressing and, you know, killing ourselves with that kind of thing. Oh, man. Yeah, really great show, honestly. I've really enjoyed watching it. More than I expected to by a pretty substantial amount. This scene is so funny to me that it got corrupted. I really just rolled with that punch. I really just said, oh, okay. And then just she gets spat out. It's like, okay, we're good. The timing, man. Literally, because what? This has been 12 episodes of about 20 something minutes. So 10 episodes of 20 minutes would be 200 minutes. So that's like 4 to 5 hours of content. And the only like 3 seconds that got corrupted were like the 3 worst seconds. That's so funny. But yeah, I still enjoyed that, you know. Even just that little experience I thought was fun. A very unique little experience in watching this show. Okay, quick question. Who would ever name their channel NNN? No Nut November. That's all I could think of. Why would you name your channel that? I mean, like, it could play off of CNN, but at least it's got the C there. You know people made fun of this. Or just, yeah, what? Hey guys, welcome to NNN. Or like, hey guys, welcome to, what are they doing? It doesn't make sense to me. Frick, man. Seeing the giant cut show up was just too much for me, quite frankly. And could you, okay, dog, you can talk. You literally can talk. Why would you eat my friend and then just walk away? Say, yo, I'm about to eat your radio. Or, yo, pass me your radio so I can eat it. Can you do that next time? I would appreciate that. I want to see that one line again about them singing about the end. So that singing voice was theirs. I bet they got along with the feeling of hopelessness. Oh. That's why they seem so sad. It's a song about the end. But it's like a good sadness to me. Which is honestly like with the scene with Chi, like crying a little bit with the red sun. It's sad, but it's not like, I don't think it's painful in a way, or like it's a good pain, you know? It's so hard to explain that. Go watch Inside Out. You know that like Disney movie? That movie's kind of what I'm thinking of that for some reason here. But just because it's like sad doesn't mean it's bad or shouldn't be allowed, right? Like I don't think that true happiness or like contentness or whatever you want to say for your word that like humanity like a human strives for to appreciate their time or whatever or like happiness, contentness, whatever, satisfaction, satiation, whatever. I would say probably let's just go with happiness. Like I think there is a role of a proper sadness within happiness, because that can be a very, what can I say, life-affirming like experience, because the human, I would argue, like the human soul or the human emotion or whatever you want to say, isn't just fully happy. I mean, there are sad and like passionate and complicated emotions that like feeling those in healthy ways, I think it's super positive for living a life. Because quite frankly, like the emotional impact that just like I got watching the show here, for like example, them cutting through all these different people of like the city of the past, like that made me feel, like I said, it made me feel very lonely in the moment. But like just because I'm feeling lonely there doesn't mean that's a bad loneliness. Like it I feel like has like prodded like the depths of like human experience a little bit, right? That like this story was able to make me feel a kind of way that like was interesting and like kind of got me enraptured, or like not enraptured, maybe enraptured, kind of got me hypnotized, or I don't know, got me interested in it. And I think that's like a super positive thing. So like, I don't know, man, maybe it's okay to get along with the feeling of hopelessness, you know? And get along is such a good way to write it too. It's not even just like accept, well, it's not even just like be hopelessness or be hopeless, but it's there's the feeling of hopelessness, like living despite and or with that feeling is like really what it's about. Or something like that. I don't know. Got me feeling all kinds of ways. Honestly, that's probably going to leave it for this episode. I've kind of hit the point of mad ramblings, though, you know, that's kind of my basis point as well. It's kind of what I do. But yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed this show. I'm excited to read through the manga a bit. We'll figure out like some way that we'll, you know, either review or read along or something. I don't freaking know. I'm bad at planning that kind of stuff. Also, just manga stuff's like in my opinion, kind of harder to react to, just for me, because I like to constant stimulation means I can constantly find like things to comment on. Where like if I'm reading something, I'm just gonna be like, you know, that's me pretending to be reading something where I'm not saying anything because I'm too busy trying to read the words. But yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm really curious to see how they like conclude this. Are they gonna end with these characters like alive and well, or are they gonna get darker with it? Are they gonna like continue to have more lighthearted stories that are kind of about like different like emotions and like kind of different like very light philosophical themes? Like, how are we gonna move forward with this? How are we gonna end in terms of the manga? I don't know. Or is this even the end of the manga and they just cut out a big chunk of it and put this as the end? That could have been a thing there. But I don't know. It should be interesting to check out. But until then, until we check that out or watch something else, that's all I got for this episode. On to the next show or movie or whatever. That's all I got for this one. If you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, blah, blah. You already know how it goes. You know, comment down below if you have anything to say, anything to talk about the show, any of your thoughts. Because I definitely am interested in that. But until then, until next, whatever. That's all I got for tonight. Peace.